there really is common challenges here. It's a bit of a cliche, but to achieve net zero, it's such a major task, and we can only really do that in collaboration. And one of the best ways in which we can accelerate the move to net zero is through that international cooperation and collaborations. But the point I wanted to make on this slide really is the democratization. That it's not just top down anymore, it's very much bottom up. We're seeing that people are so engaged in this sector now. I remember being in the pub 20 years ago talking to my mates about the energy sector, and within a few minutes their eyes would glaze over. It's like, this is just not interesting. But now that conversation has completely changed. They're seeking me out, asking me questions. Should I put solar panels on? What EV should I do? How can I charge it? All these things have changed now. You look at many other sectors that we interact with, they're already moving to service models. You pay for the value that you perceive. If you go for a meal in a restaurant, for example, you don't buy a number of calories. It's usually an experience that you're buying. And we're seeing that many sectors are already moving this way. But energy, it's still kind of stuck in the past. But the point is, we're all different, right? We all operate in different ways, and therefore, if you're going to start to move to a service proposition, you need to understand this. So our concept here was warm hours, basically. So there are 24 hours in the day, so there's 24 potential warm hours. This was based on a sort of weekly plan here, and the idea was to sort of move to something that people could relate to in terms of things like miles per gallon. You could have a similar sort of conversation around warm hours. How many warm hours are you paying for? I'm doing 45 a week. Okay, that's interesting because we're doing 65. I wonder why that's different. So it changes to something that is much more relatable, and you can start to then see how do you price that in. And lastly, consumer insights is absolutely critical for helping these startup businesses and innovators coming through in this space. Helping them navigate that future energy system and making sure that they're thinking about the right business models and value propositions is absolutely key.